guys, it's Teenage DC Fan back with another video, and Arrow is very far from the shallows now, if that wasn't clear already, because what began as a relatively grounded superhero show has turned into a show that, casually throws time travel at its characters without an assist from The Flash or Legends of Tomorrow, and just watches as they deal with the complications that come with it, which is exactly what happened in the latest episode of Arrow. So, present tense dives headfirst into exploring Team Arrow meeting future Team Arrow for the first time. In fact, that's what the entire episode is about. There aren't any flash forwards or, secondary plots. The whole hour is 100% focused on this strange, surprising, and heavy family reunion. So the episode picks up right where last week's episode left off, with a wide-eyed present Team Arrow staring, mouths wide, staring at future Team Arrow. And spoiler alert, it's a lot for everyone to handle. Oliver can't believe Mia's there. William is overwhelmed seeing his father for the first time in a while. Mia taking after her dad, keeps Oliver at a distance from the jump. Diggle is stunned to learn that he adopts Ben Turner's son, Connor, in the future. And Renee and Dinah are shocked that Oliver and Felicity had a second child, because he never told them. I actually forgot that he never told them. And in other words, no one can believe this is happening. So Team Arrow decides to just see where things go, while future Team Arrow agrees to lie about what their future is actually like. Which is, a smart thing, because, if Diggle knows that his son in the future ends up being a murderous psychopath, then he's going to try and change that. And if he tries to change that, then things get messed up in the future. But anyway, from there, Oliver brings Mia and William back to his and Felicity's old apartment. Oliver assumed his children would grow up together, so he was rather shocked and saddened to learn that didn't happen. And Oliver's sorrow increases when Mia decides to just go to bed instead of staying up to chat. On the upside, though, this gives Oliver and William an opportunity to reconnect, which leads to one of the episode's most moving scenes. And this was William coming out to his father. And the direction gives this moment the space it needs to properly land, and Ben Lewis and Stephen Amell play it all beautifully. The look of regret and joy on Oliver's face is truly heartbreaking. Oliver's happy that William finally felt comfortable opening up to him, but sad that he had to wait so long because Oliver died/disappeared. And in an interview with Stephen Amell from a couple weeks ago, he said that some of the best scenes in this season, some of the most emotional scenes, weren't Oliver interacting with Mia, but Oliver's scenes with William. And I think this is definitely one of those scenes like that, because it was very emotional. And this is Arrow, so the tearful family time is coupled with an attack on the city, of course, because a new Deathstroke arrives in Star City and starts attacking the rich. So future Team Arrow assumes JJ is in 2019 too, and is responsible. So they go after him. But they end up getting trapped between some bombs and discover that the new Deathstroke isn't JJ at all, but it's actually Grant Wilson, Slade's son, whom we met in Legends of Tomorrow's Star City 2046 episode. I think that's what it was. But luckily, present Team Arrow shows up and frees them from the bombs. When Arrow introduced the future storyline last season, showrunner Beth Schwartz said that it was different from the future we saw in Legends of Tomorrow, but in tonight's episode, the writers try and reconcile the dueling timelines. When the two teams return to the bunker, future Team Arrow finally comes clean about everything. The depressing state of Star City 2040, JJ turning evil, and of course, JJ murdering Zoe. But not only that, but Connor reveals that Grant Wilson's anti-rich agenda turned him into a folk hero in the future, which is what lured JJ to his side and allowed Grant to train him to become his successor. Now, I don't want to repeat myself, but all this information is a lot for the team to handle. Like, Renee can barely talk to Diggle and struggles with the knowledge that he's a corrupt mayor in the future. Diggle pushes Connor away for lying and feels guilty about everything that happens with JJ. And almost the entire team has a hard time handling the news that their efforts were all for nothing. Thankfully, Dinah doesn't let this get her down, and she pushes Diggle and Renee to see the bright side of this knowledge. They know what goes wrong, and now they have the opportunity to fix it. This is the hope for the future that was missing last season, and made it hard to invest in either timeline because we knew the present team ultimately failed to save the city. But Mia also wants to take advantage of her time in 2019 to change the future. More specifically, she wants to kill Grant. And while Oliver doesn't know what she has planned, he's not cool with her going out in the field alone until they figure out what Grant is planning. But being a young, rebellious person she is, Mia ignores her father. And what I loved about Oliver and Mia's dynamic in this episode is that Oliver doesn't do the classic Oliver of forbidding Mia from being a vigilante because he's worried about her safety. No, he's totally fine with her following in his footsteps, at least in this episode. But instead, he's more concerned with her doing something impulsive that she might regret. But when she pushes back, Oliver steps back. And then William points out that Mia grew up without a father and actually wants him to push even harder. And Oliver will get that opportunity pretty soon. William and Curtis, yeah, he's back too, because Oliver recruits him to help find a way to kill the Monitor. They figure out Grant's plan, and he's planning on detonating a series of bombs throughout the Star City. And initially, Oliver and Diggle decide to tackle the problem the same way they handled Slade's siege in Season 2. But Renee says the first step in changing the future is doing things differently. So they try a different method. And while Dinah and Renee work on keeping the citizens calm, Diggle, Connor, and Laurel try to disarm the bombs while Oliver and Mia go after Grant. Fast forward through some sweet action sequences. Mia finally gets her chance to kill Grant, but Oliver pleads with her not to do it and doesn't let her go until she gives up. In the end, Mia is thankful that he stopped her. Not only that, but she agrees to let Oliver teach her how to live with the guilt of losing people. And as the episode ends, Diggle accepts Connor and the two start sparring together. Renee declares his candidacy for mayor, and Dinah and Laurel get to work on building out the Canary Network from 2040 sooner rather than later. And this is when the drama-loving Monitor returns to shake things up. So the Monitor visits Laurel and offers to resurrect her universe if she betrays Oliver Queen. But at the same time, Curtis tells Oliver that he figured out how to kill a god, but they'll need to travel to Russia for some materials. So, maybe, we know that in the next episode they're going to Russia, but maybe we'll see the return of, actually, I forgot his name, but the Russian dude, I don't remember his name, but in the comics he's KG Beast, so yeah, I don't remember his name, but it would be cool to see him return for this last season, just like all these other characters we've been seeing return. Overall, I think this is the best episode of the season so far, and I know I keep saying about like every episode of Arrow so far. This is definitely the best season, and I'm loving it. But what do you guys think? So post your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hope to see you in my next video so I can bestow all my DC knowledge upon you.